Ladies and gentlemen, the big story of the day is that Omar Khalid and Sarjil Imam have lost their bail pleas, which means that they will remain in jail. They tried to play victim. It did not work. I know two of them very well. I know one of them particularly well. Personally, his name is Omar Khalid. Nobody knows, trust me, Omar Khalid better than me. On 9th February 2016, a protest had been organized against what they called the judicial killing of Afzal Guru and Maqbool Bhatt. At that point of time, on the day this happened, when they shouted, Bharat Tere Tukde Honge and Afzal Hum Sharminda Hai in JNU. The very next day, after that anti-national sloganeering, I called him to my studio on 10th of February 2016. Take a look at that grab. This is the grab of that interview. And I had said then that he is more dangerous than a terrorist. I am the one, ladies and gentlemen, who called him anti-national on television on 10th February 2016. I am the one, ladies and gentlemen, who called him Tukde Tukde on 5th February 2018. I coined the phrase Tukde Tukde Gang. Many politicians picked it up from there. What is Tukde Tukde Gang? I'm asked often, why did you coin the phrase Tukde Tukde Gang? For me, it is a mix of Maoists, urban Naxals, jihadis and anti-nationals. Let's talk facts. There is no ambiguity left about the anti-national intentions of the people who chanted slogans like, one, ये कश्मीर हमारा है, सारा का सारा है, they used to say. हम क्या चाहते हैं? आज़ादी. तुम कितने अफजल मारोगे? हर घर से अफजल निकलेगा. कश्मीर की आज़ादी तक जंग चलेगी, भारत की बर्बादी तक जंग चलेगी. Ladies and gentlemen, politicians keep changing sides. That is their job. At one point of time, Shashi Tharoor, who's now giving job applications, in my view, to the BJP every day, he was very sorry that Afzal Guru had been hanged. Today he sends indirect job applications to the BJP every day. But my question to you is that I'm consistent. I don't change what I said then, I said now. I have not changed my career. My question to all of you is, do not be satisfied with the fact that today Sarjil Imam and Omar Khalid have been denied bail. 10 years have passed. We are still debating whether they are anti-national. Ladies and gentlemen, do you want to go back to the 2000s? The India where Afzal Guru could plot and conspire and be the mastermind of a attack on the Parliament of India, and then he gave an interview on television to a particular news channel. Do you want to go back to those days when Afzal Guru's interview was played by a particular news channel? Ladies and gentlemen, it's unbelievable. I am not mentioning the name of the channel. You should investigate and ask questions to that channel. Sympathy campaigns, directly or indirectly, even 10 years back, were carried out in support of Afzal Guru. In our country, on our soil, right before us, cameras captured Indians supporting terrorists. Supporting terrorists were part of the anti-national toolkit, the playbook, and they had an open run in Delhi. In Delhi, they were having a field time. Ladies and gentlemen, the same Afzal Guru found support in the so-called students of JNU who so-called protested his killing on 9th February 2016. On 16th February 2016, this entire Lutyens cabal attacked me for not joining a protest march along with them. Look at them out there. I'm not taking names. Do you recognize any faces out there? Ladies and gentlemen, this group marched in Delhi, Abhivyakti ki Azadi, freedom of expression from press club to Rashtrapati Bhavan. In fact, Lutyens media. In fact, the entire Tukde gang also gathered support even later in different ways in JNU from the now LOP Rahul Gandhi, as well as a well-established Bollywood actress in a different occasion, Deepika Padukone. Ladies and gentlemen, the support for this lobby runs deep. It's another thing that I am told she went there to also promote her own film. The same Tukde lobby went on to organize protests across India under different excuses. Different protests, ladies and gentlemen, same group. 15 December 2019, they started Shaheen Bagh. It was essentially the same ecosystem, same group, same players, same media supporters, same people in the political spectrum, same NGOs, the same group. This is what culminated in the anti-CAA riots. On 23rd February 2020, just a day before Donald Trump's visit to India, 53 people were killed in the anti-CAA riots in parts of Delhi like Jafrabad, Silampur, Chandbagam and Babarpur. This was not an ordinary protest. This was not a spontaneous protest. Today's judgment has made that clear. But at that point of time, at that point of time, the same Tukde Tukde gang was at play. They were saying, no, it is spontaneous, it is happening because Muslims are not treated well. There was no logic to it. It was an American deep state operation, I have no doubt. Ladies and gentlemen, like the farmers' protest. Again, 20th January 2021. These people keep trying every year different. The so-called farmers' protest. And there you have it, the pictures, ladies and gentlemen. The Tukde Tukde gang even dared to take down the Tiranga, replace the Tiranga at Red Fort. We all watched, but for so many years, after the Tukde Tukde first act, which was exposed by me, when I exposed what they did at JNU, when I exposed Umar Khalid, my question is, why were they given a clean and open run? Because somewhere, our democratic system is on the defensive. We are not a tough and hard state. We waited for the judicial process to continue, and today the judicial process has taken 10 years. Why blame the political setup? The judicial system, the prosecution, trial process took a long time. Viewers, the reason we need to be very careful today is we cannot be happy with the fact that the Tukde Tukde gang, 2 leaders will remain in jail, because something else is happening. I did expose, and I would like to say today, this Tukde Tukde gang is the original regime change plot. Destabilize an elected government by joining hands with the deep state. I have no doubt if you dig deep, you will find global connections. That is why it was Mamdani from New York, an American congressman, who were pleading that they be released. What is their intention? What is their interest? Ladies and gentlemen, they failed in India, but their equivalents in Bangladesh overthrew the Sheikh Hasina government on 5th August 2024. An America-friendly regime under Muhammad Yunus was installed. Don't forget what happened in Bangladesh. We were lucky, they failed. We are strong. The Tukde Tukde playbook will never succeed in India, but it did work in Bangladesh. Then on 9 September 2025, just last year, KP Sharma Oli resigned from the post of Prime Minister of Nepal. They called it Gen Z protest, but was it? Or was it again America, social media, tech giants, combined operation to overthrow the government? They don't care what happens next. Even today, there is no political stability in Nepal, but they overthrew the state. And then, just day before yesterday, you know what America did in Venezuela with that open military attack. Viewers, we will never go the Bangladesh, Nepal or Venezuela way. But if we do not watch and we are not careful, there are other Sarjeel Imams and Umar Khalids out there who will use our democracy to destroy it from within. The reason today's judgment is very important, it is because it's happened right after the incidents over the last 3 or 4 years where in our neighborhood governments have fallen. Sarjeel Imam and Umar Khalid, ladies and gentlemen. These two are the face of the Tukde Tukde gang, but not its only members. There are many out there who think they almost got away.